Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here. Welcome to the 5th episode of the Manchester United career mode in FIFA 15. Of course, we now have a game coming up against West Ham, and as you can tell by the title, I'm just going to touch on that a little bit. Of course, it says, I believe I'm going to title this episode Legendary, but I will just get this right out of the way so you can see there from the difficulty. I am going to be playing this game on World Class, and every single game that I'm going to play in this episode will be played on World Class. Now, the reason I've decided to call it Legendary is because obviously, as you know, like when I start off every career mode with a brand new FIFA, I do like to play on World Class and then at some point jump up to Legendary. And as you can see, we are playing West Ham United, who are actually 18th. They're in a relegation zone at this point in the season, which is quite surprising, but either way, moving on. Obviously, as you know, I like to play World Class difficulty right at the start. And then when I feel pretty confident, then I'll move up to Legendary. And as you can tell, I've been doing quite well recently. I'm toward the top of the table. I'm in the top 2, top 3. Or if I'm not, a couple of points away from finishing top. Oh my god, did you see that flag move? Did you see that flag bomb move? That was so sick. Oh my god, FIFA 15, best game ever. But anyway, what am I trying to say? Anyway, you can see Januzaj really dealing with that well. And getting separation from Noble. And he just keeps on running. And now he's got Cresswell ahead of him. He's got Van Persie. Van Persie's still moving on. We've got Di Maria. Rooney's out the back. Still stays onside. Tompkins kept him on. And he scores a very nice volley. Bottom left-hand corner. 21 minutes in. And we get the first goal. But anyway, yeah, going really well now. Great start. One Matson now. Another cross in. Can he do it? No, it's a cross in. Di Maria will flick it back. Van Persie tries to get there. Couldn't do anything about it. Now West Ham with the set piece. In that comes. The header is there. Just a little wide of the goal. Thankfully, we don't concede there. Would have been something. But either way, I'll get back to it again. Another shot rattling off the post. Now, for anyone that's new, for anyone new to the channel or new career mode or new to my career mode, you'll know I'll be talking about one thing that's got nothing to do with the gameplay. And then I'll just immediately get distracted like this. Of course, Januzaj's on the ball. He gets brought down to the box, and that is going to be a penalty. And Wayne Rooney, he's already scored the first goal today with the chance to put it beyond all doubt. It's not the best looking penalty, but it goes in regardless. Keeper went the wrong way. It is 2-0. We are beating West Ham, so that is fantastic. Surely we can go on through here. Good little forward pressure turnover. And look at this. We've got a 2-on-1 break here. Rooney megs the man in front of him. It goes to Van Persie. Slot that one, son, in the bottom left hand. 3-0. No coming back for West Ham now. Bubbles are done, but still, the bubbles have been popped. There we go. I'm going to say that every time I beat West Ham from now on. That's brilliant. Anyway, Zarate tried to get slide tackle, didn't make it. Save, was parried right back to Noble or Nolan or whatever, and he's able to stick it right back in. But either way, they get one back. It's still a 3-1 victory, and that's fantastic. Now, getting back to what I was saying before, we'll just really quickly say that Rooney got man of the match, and Van Persie did quite well, and I believe Di Maria also is the 3rd highest rated player in that team. Anyway, these next few games, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be the last games that I play on the World Class difficulty. Now, the main reason for that is, like I said, obviously I'm going to make the jump at some point. But anyway, I'll explain that a little bit later because we are in the 1st of January. We have some scouting updates. But before I get to them, let's have a look at, of course, the EA Sports Award monthly update. Now, this is something new that I'm going to be trying. This is a... this is obviously, I used to give out votes, 3 to the best, 2 to the 2nd best, 1 to the 3rd best, but now I'm going to let the FIFA ratings do the voting for me. So, with that in mind, here are the top 5. Now, we've got Radamel Falcao and Robert Van Persie both tied on 12, just behind them Wayne Rooney on 8, David De Gea, the goalkeeper, on 5, and Angel Di Maria on 4. So, the strikers getting tons, and if not all the votes, and the rest of the players are getting almost none. We got Laporte with 4, Januzaj with 2, Daley Blin with 1, and Marcus Rojo with 1 as well. Now that, really, even after 8 games, is saying a lot. All the votes are going to the attackers, not just the midfielders, not just the defenders, like all the attackers. It's crazy, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. Obviously, we're going to have a look at some of the players that we're looking at right now. We've got Jamie Lafferty from Northern Ireland, and he has picked up a beauty here. We've got Matthew Brunt with a max overall of 67 and a max potential of 90. That is what I'm after, sort of those players that both have a max potential in the 90s and a max overall somewhere in the 60s as well, because if you can find one of those, and you know that you've got a real good player on the hands. Now for the English, we've only got 3 here. We get Oliver Steele, who's got a max overall of 60 and a max potential of 93. Goalkeeper, that's very good, so we'll sign him as well. That's at least 1 player from both Northern Ireland and England. And now it's time for Scotland. Can Andy Dobby find anything? We've got a 75 rated potential, and if they're in the 75 max potentials, then I'm just going to get rid of them straight away. and Tam Russell as well was no good. So nothing from out of Scotland just yet, but I have sent my scouts away for like 9 months. So we've still got tons of time to scout and find as many good players as we possibly can. But still, we now have one more game. Let's go. This is going to be the first game of October, I believe, and this will be, of course, against West Bromwich Albion, who apparently were meant to be doing quite well. And as you can see, Radamel Falcao, that we did lose to injury, and he was just completely dominating before he got injured. And yeah, like literally got man of the match about 3 times in a row at one point. He was bossing it, and still, we now have the game against West Brom and Manchester United. I'm not going to be playing Falcao. I'm not going to throw him right back into it. He has only just come back from an injury, so you can expect to see Falcao playing. Excuse me. Expect to see Falcao playing in the first game back, or the first game after this one. As you can see there, we've got Van Persie and Rooney up front. One thing I might mention as well, as you can see, we've got Ander Herrera playing in the holding midfield position instead of Daley Blind, and I'm actually starting to find that Herrera is playing a lot better in that position than Blind, despite the fact that Blind is actually, he is a centre defensive midfielder and Herrera is more of just a central midfielder. But, I mean, yeah, Herrera's been doing much better than Daley Blind, and I think it's because Daley Blind just did not have a really good start to his season, and then it just sort of just went downhill from there. I mean, it was just sort of very average for me. It's weird. I mean, some players are just fantastic and some players are just, average, and I've got no problem with players that are average. And then you've got players like Daley Blind who have a decent overall and should be good, but for some reason just don't play that well when I'm using them, which is annoying. And the centre defensive midfield spot in this formation is a huge position, so you'd really want to make sure that it's being filled up by someone that can get the job done. And for me, Herrera's been doing a lot better. As you can see, that was quick. I thought it was just half time. No, there were no goals in this game. No one really did that well. No one got an exceptionally high rating. You can see, I believe Mata and Van Persie both got equal highest, and De Gea maybe got 2 votes in that game, but still, it was it was not a great game to play. You have them every now and again. Just West Brom were giving me nothing, and they were not really attacking at all, and what can I say? Still, we get our first managerial offer for an international side, and that was for Sweden. It would be great to work with Ibra, but at the same time, I'm probably holding out for something either a little bit better, a little bit more prestigious, or for Australia, because I've never really done an international management job in one of my YouTube career modes before. Never. So I'm considering maybe if the offer comes from either Australia or one of the really, really big teams, I will consider it. And I'd love to hear your input as well. If you want me to do if you want me to take an international job, then please, I'll do it. And have a look at this. Everton are 19th after 8 games played. That's ridiculous. That's unbelievable for a team. And Newcastle are meant to be in the top 5 or something, but whatever. As you can see, there's the lineup. We brought Falcao back into it, and I believe who are we giving a rest? I think it was I don't know who we were giving a rest actually, but it was one player that I think we're giving one player a rest. I believe we took Januzaj out of that team, so that'd be about it. We're rotating every now and again, so just to make sure my better players or everyone pretty much gets enough games. And anyway, so moving on, let's go again. Herrera and Di Maria moving down on the wings. I've been playing Di Maria in the central midfield a lot, and he's been doing really well for me, but he can still get the job done in the wings. He was just ducking and weaving past his players, and eventually had a shot off, but sadly it was right to the goalkeeper. And yet again, I believe there was a foul. Rooney was the one that was fouled, and Van Persie with an attempt pretty far out, 34 yards, but he's a good free kick taker. Powers it with a driven free kick. That was, for a second I thought that was going in. We'll get a replay of it. It was heading right for the corner. It was heading right there, but it took a slight deviation to the right and not to the left, which would have been some free kick. It would have been an absolute belter, just a direct driven free kick, but sadly no. And again, awesome passing from Everton, but Phil Jones comes out of nowhere and 6 out of foot and is able to block it. Terrific last ditch defending there, and still without a goal against the 19th position team, and still Falcao here has the shot, hits the post, rebounds back to Van Persie, and he sticks it in the net. So finally we get our first goal after an hour's worth of play. It's Robin Van Persie finally finishing and finally getting the goal. And again, we continue. Now that we've got the ball, only moments later, we attack again. Ander Herrera, Mata, still going. Wayne Rooney, he somehow gets past Jagielka. That's poor defense. Shoots. It's saved by Tim Howard, but it still somehow goes in the goal. It's poor defending. Wayne Rooney gets the breathing space, and we're right back. We have surely won this game now. A little bit of time left to go. I'll bring on Januzaj for some more playing time. Not an awful lot happened after this match, and that was it. Van Persie getting the first, Rooney getting the sealer, and that is a great overall performance. We finally get the goals a little later on. David De Gea getting man of the match in that game, so he'll walk away with a 3. And I believe Van Persie and Ricardo Rodriguez, also Wayne Rooney, both polled pretty highly as well. Now, for the big game. This is going to be the one against Chelsea. And once again, this is still on world-class difficulty. I was saying to myself that I was going to wait for, because I think we all know that Manchester United have quite a, Manchester United had a very easy start to the season. I mean, they're not playing Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea, and then Spurs and other really good teams as well right at the start. They're playing very sort of, you'd expect to be bottom of the table teams. The first really decent team that they play is Everton, and but what I was going to say was I was waiting for the opportunity to play a really big club, a really difficult team to beat, and what a better side than Chelsea, who is top of the table. We're equal with points on them, so it's a 1v2. Winner takes all. We'll take the top of the table. And so that's pretty much all I was saying. I'm just going to wait until I was playing a massive team and see how I went against them on world class before eventually making a decision to go up to legendary if need be. And while Mata making a very nice interception, and we can catch him on a break here. It's a 3v2. Wayne Rooney and Van Persie getting behind. Felipe Luis is chasing. Van Persie shooting and scoring. It was a sensational break right on the counter, and we get the first goal within 6 minutes against Chelsea. We were on the back foot right from the start. They just kept on attacking. We had numbers back. We eventually finally found the ball and attacked, and we got that goal. It was fantastic stuff, and once again we can do it. Rooney taking on Gary Cahill, and a through ball for Falcao, who's back in the side. He'll try a low cross into Van Persie, nearly getting a second goal there, but cleared off the line, and a good block from Courtois. And that is way too easy a throw. That is way too easy a throw to read. Di Maria just heads it away. He's an opportunity for another cross from Falcao. Gets a head onto it somehow sticks it in the back of the net. And we're 2-0 up against Chelsea. This is sensational. We're going top of the table right now. I can't believe Falcao got the header away. It was such an awkward position for him, but he won it. That's the sort of striker he is. And once again, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I tried the kickoff glitch. Van Persie, boom. The Flying Dutchman. Another dink header over the keeper. It was just too easy. I don't do it normally on career mode, but I was thinking, we're playing Chelsea. I'll take every opportunity I can to score, and I was not holding back. And Van Persie sticks away a very nice little... Again, it's not very nice if it's a kickoff glitch, I suppose, but either way, we now see the Chelsea players really pushing up on us. 4v3, the attackers, and still, despite it being touched, Laporte is able to get a through ball into Van Persie. They're pushing too hard up. Van Persie will go through again. He'll shoot, and he'll stick another one in the net. Van Persie with his second goal, or is his third goal? No, it's his third goal. He completes his hat-trick. Van Persie's having an absolute day out against Chelsea. Incredible stuff. They can't get anything going whatsoever. We tackle Costa. He still retains possession. 87th minute. Nearly scores there. It's still 4-0. And we are still bossing it. Van Persie on the ball. He's already got his hat-trick. Surely he can't go for another. Daley Blind's gone back into the game and immediately picks up a yellow card as well. Van Persie's there. A fake shot. Goes around Cahill. Powers one in the top left-hand corner. It's 5-0 against Chelsea. World-class difficulty. I think I've just about had enough of you. Because if we're doing this to Chelsea, if that man's scoring 4 goals against Thiago Courtois, then something is up. Robin Van Persie, what a stunning game. A horrid day for him. But still, we will take a 5-0 victory against Chelsea. He scored 4 goals today. And as a result, gets himself a 9.8 rating. Laporte getting 2 votes. And I believe Wayne Rooney also finishing on an 8 will get the 1. So, Robin Van Persie. I mean, ever since he was doing okay in terms of votes with Falcao before he got injured. But now, he is just taking it upon himself. He is scoring everything. It's crazy. He's getting all of them. And this final game, ladies and gentlemen, in the Capital One Cup against Burnley will be the final game that I play on world class difficulty. After this, it's going to be nothing but legendary, and the next game is going to be a big one. I'm not going to say what it is just yet. If you know your fixtures, then you should know, but I'll wait until the end of this game until we talk about it a little bit more. But this is the final lineup of this game. Of course, we've got David De Gea still in goal and pretty much rotating the team around a bit. Januzaj, Valencia, Fellaini, Luke Shaw's in as well, Evans as well. Just a couple of players that I wouldn't normally play, but just want to make sure they get plenty of game time anyway. But still, Falcao, Rooney, Falcao yet again. I've given Van Persie a break in this game. Hopefully, Falcao can still be able to get the job done. He's just powering past Ward and finishes and flies one in the bottom left-hand corner. Once again, Falcao, you take out Van Persie. Falcao's just going to step up and score as well. We've still got Rooney here as well. Januzaj with a terrific touchline tackle. Still manages to get the ball. A nice little chop. Goes past, had the shot, had the attempt, fell to Fellaini, and Fellaini unfortunately putting it wide yet again. It'd be great for him to get a goal. It'd be really, surely it'd be great for his confidence or anything like that, but still, Ander Herrera now to Falcao. We've got a little bit of a gap opening up here for Herrera. Now back to Falcao. Falcao goes past Shackle. That was sensational. Just an easy little sold in with a fake shot and then just stuck it in the bottom right-hand corner. That was textbook. Excellent work from Falcao. And once again, that's going to pretty much do it. Yeah, it's just going to be a 2-0 victory. Just taking care of business. Falcao scoring 2. So he's back in the swing of things. Surely he'll end up with a man of the match because that's just how it is. Score a goal, you're man of the match. No, it's not. It's actually David De Gea who apparently has made a couple of really good saves. So he got the man of the match. Falcao got 2 votes. And the 3 votes, I believe, went to... might have been shared there because there were a few players that were on 6.9. But anyway, that is the Capital One Cup at the moment. That was a round of 16. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be it. The first game that we play on Legendary. The biggest game of our season so far. The Manchester Derby. Cannot wait for this. The first game to play on Legendary will be against our rivals. It seems only fitting. It will be the biggest game of our season. I'm going to bring back green screen for this one match because it's that huge. But either way, guys, until that episode, I'm your host, Game of the MasterBucks. Make sure you subscribe so you're going to get this video. And that's it for me. Peace out. Catch you later. Bye-bye.